Hey guys, welcome back to 3D Printing Store, where we're going to continue the series that we're doing with the new Ender 3s. This is the Ender 3 S1 Pro. If you want to see our videos on the S1, the S1 Plus, and the Ender 3 Neo, just check out our page. Those are the most recent videos that we're doing. I'm doing all the new Ender 3s back to back, that you guys can see what the differences are. This one's going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to unbox one right in front of you guys, and we are going to assemble one in real time, and we're going to talk about it as we go. So let's dive down and see what we have over here. First things first, let's open the box. That's all that we're gonna need that for. Underneath the table. Right off the bat, I'm gonna tilt this over that you guys can see what you are greeted with. We're greeted with quite a nice little packaging system over here. It's nothing new that we haven't seen before from Creality. It's the normal that we see. So in our first little section over here, we have our extruder. So one of the nicest things that the Pro has over the normal S1 is that the extruder can go to 300 degrees instead of the normal 260, which is going to allow you some more of those exotic filaments like carbon fiber and nylon at a higher success rate. And we have ribbon cable holder, spool holder with the filament run out sensor, and we have our updated screen over here. I really like these screens. They're a nice finishing touch on the 3D printer series. We started with the normal Ender 3 screen, which is nothing wrong with it, and it was really cool to see the V2 screen, and it's really nice to see that they took that V2 screen and just finished it, in my opinion. Then we got our scraper, where you can leave that inside this box. The other part of the spool holder, there we go. That is all for this piece. Once again, our sample filament for you to just do half a print. I will say this is a little bit more than you usually get, which is quite nice. In my opinion, this filament is the first time where you can actually do a test print. So that's really nice to see. We are going to leave that to the side. We're not going to be using that today. We have our instructions, our toolkit. All right, so now we have our Z axis, which is this far assembled. I'm really happy that they're coming with the X gantry already on it, because it just makes it that much easier for beginners who don't know how to do this. It's less intimidating, it's simpler, it's nicer. I really like this. I'm also noticing that we have a light bar. Let's get the foam. And we have our base. There we go. All right, so, okay, it's just the packaging foam on top. And that is everything inside the box. So I'm gonna put the box down. All right, so right off the bat, really interesting look over here. It has these really weird markings on it. It's really cool looking, I must say. I'm quite blown back with the level of effort that they did to design this. Alright, so first things first, we are going to take out all of our screws and everything like that. Alright guys, as you can see over here, I've repositioned the camera that you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. So first things first, let's take out all of our screws and put them all into little individual sides. Cool. And our tools we are going to move as well. Right off the bat, we are seeing this build plate again. If you guys like these build plates, they're really, really cool. They are Creality's newest technology to be the easiest way to print possible. I'm really, really happy that it is steel backed so that we can put that laser on and start engraving the other side if you do choose to get one. Another cool feature that we have over here is that you actually have a little handle this time to move the bed forward and back. Instead of grabbing the hot bed this time, you have a little handle that you can keep yourself nice and cold. Drawer over here, once again, we are not met with any kind of tool organization. It's just an empty cavity for you to put your tools in. Alright, let's get started. We are going to start by putting on the Z-axis onto the base. So one thing that I did notice and really like about the Ender 3 S1 Plus is that the screws to hold on the Z-axis were not on the bottom like every other printer. They were actually side mounted, and I'm quite curious why they did that on only the S1 Plus instead of the S1 and the S1 Pro. The reason why I liked it was because now we didn't have to put the machine on its side, and obviously it won't balance itself. So this is going to be a little more difficult. It's not impossible. Every other printer is made this way. It was just really, really nice to see an updated way to do that that just made it so much simpler. And I'm really, really curious as to why they didn't do it with this. Is it because that they weren't confident enough in it or anything like that? I really don't know. But it is a question that we have to ask. One thing that I can say that I really, really appreciate what Creality is doing is that they're making the assembly of the 3D printer so easy that anyone can do it. I really feel that they have found out that the Ender 3 line is one of the most popular 3D printers, and that is where beginners will start. And the construction of the original Ender 3, although was not difficult, it was quite intimidating for a complete beginner. So I'm really, really happy that they're taking effort to make this as easy as possible. As you can see, this already looks like a 3D printer. All we have to do now is put on the extruder and then just wire it up. Next, we're going to move on to the extruder. So let me move this a bit more forward for you guys. We're gonna have to do this sideways because I have to get access to that. Alright, so now I have to grab the correct screws for it, which are these guys over here. Find the correct Allen key for it. I believe it's this one. Yep, first try. Now what's gonna happen is that, let me bring this down. What's gonna happen is that this bracket over here has the mounting holes for the extruder to fit onto. So you're gonna find your extruder in this orientation with the lever facing the left side of the machine and the BL touch that way as well. And you're gonna just line it up. And there we go. Now all we have to do is screw in the screws. So let's just start with this one that I've done that it can hold itself. All right, now we can just do all the other screws. There are 4 screws in total that hold this whole system together. I wonder, you guys, have you ever built something and you found out that they always give you extra screws? So I have an extra one of these and I have an extra one of these. Now, you always get spares, but why do you think they give you spares when you're assembling something? Because it might just mess with your head thinking that you missed something. I don't know, comment below, what do you guys think is the reason why companies give you spare screws? All right, now what we can do is add on our bracket over here. This is going to attach to the back of this in this orientation over here and slide on with a snap. That is going to hold our ribbon cable to go onto the extruder motor. Now what's really cool is that they've given you this little marking over here and protection over your protection that you can slide that in, not damage your wires, and you know that according to them, this is the perfect length to go on your entire X-gantry. Now we can take our ribbon cable, open these guys up, and just push down like that. Let's move on to our screen. There. So our screen is going to attach on this side of the machine with these 3 holes and these 3 holes and this cable. What I'm gonna do is first plug in the cable because I don't wanna have to do it in an awkward position. Move this over like that. Now, once again, going on the design, it's really nice that they've put the power supply in the base, just like they did on the other ones. It's really nice because this all looks clean now, and I just absolutely love it. Let's plug in these wires and see what happens. So we're gonna start with this one on, let's move a little more forward. I'm gonna start with this motor over here. So this cable goes into this motor like that. This cable, the first time I assembled the S1, I could not for the life of me find out where this goes. This actually is the limit switch that goes at the bottom over here. And I really struggled to find that. That side's done. Let's go to this side. This motor is already in the screen. Let's take off this tape that holds everything together. All right, so then over here, this little cable that's coming out of the motor plugs directly into there. As you can see over here, this is the input for where you plug in the laser module. Now we have the light bar, so the light bar is going to plug into there, and then this short one is going to go into the farthest position. Moving on to this side over here, take off that tape. And this is just going to plug into this motor. And there you have it, you guys. This build is done and dusted. Super easy to do, one of the easiest printers that you can assemble. I really like, once again, that Creality has put thought and actual effort into making this as easy as possible to assemble. It's really cool. We're gonna see how it prints now, but I just want to go over a few key things on why you would want this machine or why you would not want this machine. First things first is price. 9,000 Rand, 10,500 Rand, and 12,000 Rand currently is the prices for the S1 series. The normal S1 is 9,000 Rand currently as we launch this video. S1 is 9,000. The S1 Pro is 10,500 Rand, which is 1,500 Rand more. Then the S1 Plus is 12,000 Rand, which is 3,000 Rand more than the normal S1. Why would you want the S1 Plus over the S1? Right off the bat, it's bigger, right? You're getting a bigger build volume, and that is nice, especially if you're gonna be using the Creality CV laser on that. If you guys don't know what that is, I will link down below a video that I did about that laser and installing it. It's really, really cool. Basically, you exchange your hot end here for a laser and you can engrave stuff. That is why the S1 Plus is going to be a step up for me in terms of 3,000 Rand difference, is because you're getting a bigger area to engrave on. Yes, this area right now is perfectly fine for 3D printing. You can split stuff up and print it in multiple pieces. There's nothing wrong with this size. But for engraving, this is a bit small. If you are not going to be doing engraving, I think 1,500 Rand more for the Pro than the normal S1 is a great price, especially considering these little things that they've done, that this can go a little bit hotter. You're getting the updated screen and it just looks nicer. For 1,500 Rand more, I do not have any issues at all with this machine. Let's just quickly see what we're getting updated, or right off the bat visually, what we're getting for 1,500 Rand more. We're getting a hot end that can go 40 degrees higher, which actually does unlock new filaments for you. You are getting a light bar. You are getting an updated screen, which is touch screen. It's really, really nice. You are getting this spinning mechanism on the filament spool holder over here. You are getting this updated bed, and everything else is pretty much the same. I do feel that for 1,500 Rand, for those little updates over there, definitely worth the bang for buck. If you don't have that in the budget, the normal S1 is a perfectly good machine. In terms of printing quality, if you're printing with PLA, ABS, or PETG, it's gonna be the same. This one you'll be able to see better because you can light it up, but the print quality is exactly the same. So where I would say that each printer falls into place is the normal S1 will be great for just printing. The S1 Pro would be great if you want to do exotic filaments, and the S1 Plus would be a great option if you want to add that laser. That is my opinion. You guys can decide for yourself. As always, you can always leave a comment down below, or go to our social media and see other videos that we do with all of our machines over here. And you're more than welcome to comment or message us there. You speak to me directly, and I always enjoy chatting to you guys and sharing the knowledge that we have with you. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next week, and let's see how this guy prints.